y'all. Welcome to ArkansasYarnCast. I'm Lori.
I'm Anna.
And I'm Jessica.
And we are coming to you today from Malvern, Arkansas, the home of Arkansas Yarn Company. And Jessica and I have been gone, and we've missed Anna. So I feel like we have so much to talk about and catch up with.
Reunion!
Yay!
It's not often that I get to go on vacation for a week when she goes on vacation for a week. So.
Well, it was with family. So
Yes.
we were with family. But we got to visit with our family in Oklahoma, and it was, what was the weather there?
It was in the high 50s, low 60s while we were there.
And the next day, it was 17.
It was cold the next day.
Yeah. Like, yes, that's...
It
But
got nice
it's cold
and low
here, too.
Yeah.
Well, when we got home on Friday, it was still decent. And then Saturday, it rained all day.
I had a migraine.
Which made Sunday frigid. I mean, I think the high was 32 or 34.
Y'all, I stayed in my jammies all day. I was worried that your dad was going to say, "You already have your jammies on already?" I was going to go, "Yep," because
That's
he was
what I
out.
did.
He was out in the woods hunting with his friend, and so I literally stayed in jammies all day. And I
did too.
never do that. I always get dressed.
I bought new jammies
That's exciting.
because they have sheep on the pants
Where'd you get those?
at Walmart.
Nice.
Well, I think
Yeah.
we're gonna. Why didn't you get us some?
I
Or
probably
send
should
us
have.
pictures.
Yeah, they're red, and then they have little, like, kind of floofy sheep. Not full on, full done sheep, but like,
I'm kind of jealous because it's hard to find sheepy jammies.
and they weren't the flannel stuff. I can't do flannel jammies because then
So they're more t-shirt material.
kind of, yeah.
Oh,
a
that's the
bit.
kind I like too.
Yeah, because flannel will just, like,
Do you sleep in those jammy pants?
yes.
I cannot sleep in jammy pants. Can y'all sleep in jammy pants? That I cannot. When it comes around my knees, oh, I cannot stand that.
Well, I also have been liking the ones that kind of cinch around the ankle a little bit, like the joggers, joggers.
I like to wear those like to lounge around in at the house, but not really to bed. I cannot wear stuff like that to bed. I feel like it's just wrapping around me, and I'm like,
Well, I guess,
Stuck.
like if you're having a particularly fitful night, I've had some where, like, you have your leg in the jammy leg, and then, like, the front somehow, goes to the back.
that's what I'm talking about. That's the part that I just can't deal with. No.
You need, like, a rest easy thing.
You know what? I found the very best jammies I've ever had are from Soma, and they're the Cool Night jammies.
Ooh.
They're kind of expensive, but I don't care because it's so worth it. I bought like 3 of the same color, and they didn't, like, normally I like a black nightgown. They did not have any, so I had to get like red and black checked. But it's Cool Night, and I love it so much. I also got short sleeve ones for the summer. I bought 3 of the same because, oh my gosh, they're so comfortable. You have no idea how comfortable they are. You're not all sweaty. They
Yeah.
keep you cool, but not cold. I don't know. It's a miracle.
I like to be cold. I had my window open. My dog was like, "Yep, I'm definitely under the covers
That's
tonight."
like no for me. I want to be snug as a bug.
I like to be snuggled into my blankets, but I want for the air to be freezing.
Like you want to breathe and have frost.
Yeah.
You're such a Canadian.
My dog will be like, "Yeah, I can stay in bed longer today." 'cause
Under the covers with you because it's cold out there.
She's so special, though.
Hey, what you got on the needles?
So I am working on, these are my New Year's socks I
Those
cast
are
on.
pretty.
I cast them on New Year's Day. I was at home and I didn't have a winder with me, so I hand wound
Wow.
my yarn.
That's why I was thrown off when you sent a picture. I'm like, "Oh, that doesn't look like what you're saying."
Yeah. You know, like some people sell yarn that's wrapped like that.
Oh,
Like I thought more
yeah.
the Zauber ball.
Oh yeah, no, I did this by hand.
Yeah.
How long did that take?
Not terribly, probably a half an hour or so.
Really,
20
you had to have
minutes.
been cranking that arm.
I mean, I do wind pretty fast. So this is, the yarn is Night Owl Fibers, and it's called New Year's Dance Off. This is her friend's colorway from December. Her yarn club from December.
I love the color.
And I have made it through one whole color repeat. So
pretty.
it ends with this dark navy, which is really pretty. And I'm doing basic socks, but I decided to do the vanilla is the new black pattern. You know, it's got the triangle heel, ribbed heel.
Oh, I'm excited to see that.
I will show you a
So
picture.
those are last year's.
I like the one that has waviness. Oh,
I have
Interesting.
seen those and often have wanted to see those
So
in person.
kind of
Yeah.
like the ribbing at the. Yeah, huh?
so it's an interesting pattern.
It's really that is a
Um,
gorgeous heel.
They're
It is
basic.
rather.
They're basic socks. Now I have started the heel. I've not gotten very far into
Oh,
it.
yes, you have.
But I'm just making short socks. I don't particularly care for long socks.
No.
So these are just shorties with that heel because I want to try out that
Okay,
heel.
quick, moving on because I'm curious. I'm like
So-
looking at the rest of her stash. I'm like, what's going on over there?
So I'm only working on 2 things right now, Anna. I
Oh.
know. I
Are you
finished.
okay?
I know.
I feel like
You
there was
feel a
a
little
slight
bit
eye twitch there.
So, but it's
How long will that last?
not
Let's
terrible.
put some money on it.
Let's see, when's the next test knit coming?
So I, on Christmas, I cast on the Radvent cardigan. So this
That's
is
pretty so far.
So this is my
Dragon.
this is my Dragon
Oh.
Horde Harry Potter Year 5 Christmas Advent.
Oh.
So I bought this for myself for Christmas this year. And I waited until Christmas Day, so that way I could use the full size skein as my main color on this cardigan.
You could have just like.
So my nephew, my great nephew, he was amazed. He was so amazed by us knitting. We knitted the whole time we were in Oklahoma, and she was working on this. And I said, "Can you let Knox put his arm in that?" And she's like, "Sure." So he goes over,
So
and
he's 4.
he is 4. And
I was
he's
gonna
got
say,
these.
what is the
And
approximate
he's got
age?
these little bitty arms, and he puts his arm in there, and he's like, "It fits."
The cuff had no stretch to it.
It was so cute
With his arm in there. But I'm really enjoying my colors so far. So I did the Slytherin box. So with hers, the 5th skein or the 25th skein, the full size skein is house specific. So this is my 25th, my main color. And then I am on day 3. So for those of you that don't know the Radvent cardigan, it is worked from left sleeve to center back and then right
Oh,
sleeve
that's
to center back.
cute.
So I'm having serious envy.
So it is going to color block because the colors don't fade into each other.
I want to do it. I'm jealous. It's so pretty.
But I am excited about it. The other thing about this pattern is I am altering it slightly because it's written for 25 mini skeins and 1 main color.
Let's see what.
So because the Advent is 24 mini skeins and 1 full skein, I do have to slightly alter it, which is easy because it's just a matter of taking out one of the colors and adding some rows.
What size needle are you using?
6s?
Nice.
Yeah. So it's fingering weight on size 6 needles, so it does go quickly. It's a
It
nice
looks
loose,
bigger.
it's a
For
nice
sure.
loose gauge.
Okay, so
The
negative
section-
ease at the waist.
Yes, but positive ease at the bust.
Okay.
I I think it's really pretty. I'm seriously envious of it.
So these are the only 2 whips that I'm currently working on. I have more. They're sitting somewhere in the office. But this is all that I'm currently working on.
I feel like maybe I should get out. I have some Mitchell's Creation yarn. I have 3 different skeins. So I'd need more than that.
Yeah.
But you could alternate all 3 skeins. I think you would enjoy that. I want to do it. It's so pretty, but I kind of want to do mine in a solid.
Yeah, that would be pretty too.
I think a solid would be really pretty.
Or solid with
I also think that you could do the way that it is. I mean, you basically know how many rows it's going to be because it tells you how many rows to do for each color in the pattern. You probably could figure out the total amount of yardage you would need and then just kind of fade into the color that you want to fade into because you do know how many rows you would use.
You
for your
also
size.
could marl it.
Not really, unless you want to hold it double and make it thicker.
Oh, well, I was thinking.
Because marling is holding 2 strands together.
Yeah, I was just thinking like alternating a little bit. It's really pretty. What do you have on your needles, Miss Anna?
Oh. Okay, so I've been working on that cardigan.
Did you make progress?
I did like a few rows, and then a lot of my time was spent untangling the mess that I have made for myself with it.
That's because you don't snip the threads.
Yeah.
Why are you not doing Weave and Steven?
So, okay, so, you know, I'm holding 2 together.
She's working,
Oh, yeah.
because she's working the arms and the body at the same time.
I know, I forgot about that.
So,
What was that?
I haven't gotten very far.
Anna, this is, I was looking at this. So Scott and I watched this podcast together. He can't wait for it. And when you were showing this, it's so visually beautiful on screen.
It's very blue.
It's gorgeous. You have got to finish this because
I know. I
it's
wanna wear
so
it.
pretty.
So I've been going in with a bit more of the gray.
It's gorgeous, Anna.
But yeah,
It's so beautiful. And now you have that other blue. Did you have any of that blue left over from that little headband that you made?
Oh, I do have some.
You
left
could use some
over.
of that too.
I don't. So.
It'd be good.
Well, she's holding fingering weights together.
Oh yeah, that's
So that
Oh,
would be
is that
would
DK?
be, that would be
I
a
forgot
single
about
I
bite.
totally
so-
forgot that. I always use fingering, so I forgot I had gotten a.
It's so pretty. It's just unbelievably gorgeous when you see it on the screen. It's so pretty. She has some crazy hair today.
This is how I'm going into the new year.
She like whirlwind in here, and this is what we have.
That's what we got.
Yes.
I mean, I did kind of throw something onto my face. So I half attempted something.
Do you have anything else on needles?
I think maybe. Yes, I do. But none of them are in here. So I still have the Stephen West whatchamajiggle.
Yes.
And that
The
thing.
shawlography.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that thing, like you all can see it.
It's a shawlography.
It's on
just
the
as just as is on the wall where I can see it.
We should take a picture of it from our vantage point.
They saw it because Lucas put a picture in
Yes,
of the full
it's
thing.
so pretty.
hanging on
It is
the
so
wall.
pretty and vibrant and fun. And
If you didn't see it, go back to the previous video where Lucas has a picture of it up in the screen
You know-
because I forgot to take it down.
You
and
know
show
what
it.
happened on the previous video? Lindsay sent me a message that says we did not show the picture of our mess.
Yeah, see, I forgot to show y'all my shawl, and we forgot to show y'all. Lucas forgot to tell me to send him the picture
The problem is me.
of our vantage point.
The problem was me because I was like, we got to get going on this, y'all. We have got to get going on this. We're like, we got to hurry. And then we're done, and Jessica's like, well, you rushed us through that. Like, well, we were already at 50 minutes when we started opening presents. And I mean, I didn't want y'all to be bored with us.
So answer down in the comments below, would you be okay watching a podcast that's an hour and a half long?
Just let us know. If so, we will slow things down a little.
I mean, if we need to.
If we need to. Not that we will, but
It's
if
not
we need
always going to be an hour and a half.
No, but
But if we're away for 4 weeks again,
I'm like, yeah.
are you okay watching an
That
hour
was
and a half
hard.
while we catch up?
Yes. So I will tell the people, our sweet friends,
Here's my footstool.
I'm working on
Just so you
Scott's
know.
socks, his Christmas socks. I still have my little turkey on the platter.
Turkey
And
dinner.
I'm almost done. So last year I did it's the same Cozy Knitters Advent. I made my heels striped. This year I am not going to make my heels striped. I think that, but the colors are similar, and
I like the striped heel. That's so cute.
I think she does a great job of this. I do think that was cute, but that was kind of time consuming to change out every row. So I might not do that again, but I'm almost done. But on these, I did 32 stripes because we've been married, last year we were married 32 years.
Aw.
So this year I decided to do 33 stripes because we're married 33 years. And yeah, so they're kind of a little celebration anniversary as well.
Well, that's fun.
And then last time I did not show my woolen and nosh socks. I'm like so far behind. I'm like really far behind. But I love these. This has been a pleasure to knit with, but because this is Targhee wool, my gauge is so off that I'm on a 60 and these are a 64 and these fit the exact same way. They fit Scott the exact same way. And
You're just knitting looser with those.
I clearly am knitting looser with this yarn. It feels plumper to me. And so anyway, but they're a pleasure, but I did not knit any socks while we were in Oklahoma because I have a finished project. Because I have been knitting. I am addicted to these. Last podcast, I apologize. I called it the Chelsea hat, but it is actually the Christina hat. And it is so addicting. And I did a thing. If y'all follow my social media, which I think you do, you'll know that I did this in rhinestones. Look at this. And I finished it.
I don't know that you can see the sparkle from that far away.
But y'all, look at this hat. It's so perfect. It's so perfect. I had so many people send me messages, Lindsay, that we have to get the rhinestone beads in, that I ordered rhinestone beads and we should be getting them in any day now. But look,
There's
it's
your
so
sparkle.
gorgeous. Show the tip.
So she added a bead at the crown.
At the crown.
Where it draws together. It's not written to do that, but that's what she did.
I did. It's so good. I love this thing. I loved it so much. Now I'm thinking, what other color can I do it in? It's like, this is just, it was like knitting with a cloud. It's like the best yarn. I love this so much. It's 56% silk, 40% baby alpaca, and 4% merino. And it literally feels like you are knitting on a cloud. I finished it and everything. I mean, it's like, it's so perfectly ready to wear.
How many of those have you finished?
I've done 3. I have finished 3. I'm proud of myself because I've been finishing things. And I also want y'all to know that this is 1x1 rib.
The whole thing is
The
1 by 1.
whole thing.
Oh.
So I do my brim in a 1x1 twisted rib down at the bottom, the ribbing, and then I put my markers in to start separating for the sections. And at that point, I switched to regular 1x1 ribbing. But it makes it have just a tad bit of a standout. It just looks a little bit different. But this is like my most favorite thing to knit. I'm like addicted to this yarn. And most of the time I knit with my own yarn. So you know that I love it so much if I'm knitting it. If I'm knitting 3 hats out of it. I love it.
How many more
So,
are you going to do?
I don't know because I did find some other beads that I may have purchased.
You may have.
I might have. Because I love this so much. Here's the problem with it. Because it's a 50-gram skein of yarn, you can't get the whole hat. You're like 6 or 7 rows on the decrease before you have to go into the second skein, which that part stinks. But it's such a pleasure to have all that yarn. It's so nice. I actually think I might make a little with the leftover.
If you do the beanie size and you buy 3 of the same color, you
true.
can get 2 hats out of it.
That is exactly right. Or I think that I might do a 1x1 cowl and then randomly put crystals on it because the crystals are so good. So that's what I have.
What size are you knitting on them?
I think, I don't remember.
I don't know what size beads they are.
They're 8mm. The beads are 8mm. Is that what your question was? Or
No,
what
the
size
hat
needles?
size.
Oh,
I
4.
did so I don't know what that is, but you have to cast on 140 stitches. So
Okay.
that size, the 140 stitches size. And I'm doing the beanie, which is not the folded brim.
The shorter one.
Okay.
Because I wanted to see, and I actually like that. And it has enough slouchy in the back with the weight of the beads that I didn't really feel like I needed a rolled brim or anything. Although that does look very ski lodgy, which I think a lot of people would really like. It just is not that cold here for me to have that folded brim.
Were you putting a poof on it? Pom-pom?
No, I put a bead.
At the very top. Is that how you did all of them?
No.
Nope, just this one. Look at that. It's so pretty. I love this so much. This is my favorite thing. You should get one too. It's my favorite thing.
Y'all, that's her favorite.
It is. But
Anna, do you have any finished objects?
No.
Okay. So I do.
you have finished objects?
That's shocking.
So, of the 4 things that I have finished since our last podcast, only 3 of them are here in house.
Oh, excuse me.
She's my daughter.
I was about to say overachiever.
Well, you know,
She's my daughter. We're
one of
overachievers.
One of them was a finished object for the last podcast, but I couldn't share them. Would you like to?
Sure, I will. Let me put them on. Because I'm knit worthy. She knitted me fingerless gloves, which are my favorite thing.
So the pattern is Glitz Mittens.
These are so cute.
They are originally mittens, so I did alter the pattern quite a bit.
Do you want to
Yeah.
do a zoom?
So these mittens are the same on both sides. This is a combination of night owl fibers, self-striping yarn,
Breakfast at Tiffany.
in Breakfast at Tiffany's, and the gray, which is sparkle, is our super sparkle, is my mom's
Knitting needles.
super sparkle knitting needles.
Yes. Sorry.
The pattern is called Glitz Mittens. What's the designer's name that wrote that book?
Tennis. I'm sorry. It is Telly Bean Knits.
Telly Bean Knits.
Stephanie Lotvin.
Yes, Stephanie.
So that pattern in the Knit Happy with Self-Striping Yarn book calls for this to be a mitten, and Jessica modified it into fingerless gloves.
So I actually knit this pattern in 3 individual gloves. I started the way that the pattern was written, which has you using just the self-striping on the cuff. And then I knit up to 4 heart repeats in the pattern. And then because they're written for mittens, I decided you don't like mittens, so I didn't do the decrease for the top of the mittens. And so for the ribbing, I decided to do the 1x1. I did knit in the self-striping and I did the purl in the gray as a color work rib. And I liked it so much when I finished the first glove that I decided to alter the pattern more for the actual pair that I knit her, and I did the 1x1 color work rib on the cuff.
Also, show you they're identical. I mean,
yeah.
they're identical, and it always makes my heart happy when it's my yarn that she gifts me. But I actually wanted this Breakfast at Tiffany's yarn, so it turned out so nice. These, I love it when you knit for me.
Mm-hmm. And then I had enough yarn left over from the Breakfast at Tiffany's that I made your mom, my grandmother, a pair of the palmistry mitts, which is by the same designer.
Palmistry, I love that pattern because it does not use that much yarn, and
it's
you get
so fast.
So Jessica knit the entire pair of gloves. She knit one on the way there.
We left on Monday.
Yes.
I started them on Sunday. The cuff.
You just had a little bit of a cuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I did 2 color stripes on Sunday, and then I knit them the entire way there. So a 7-hour drive.
Yep.
I knit the one glove the entire way there, and I finished it as we got there.
She did.
And then because we were hanging out with your mom during the day while we were there, I only knit the gloves at in the mornings on the way to see her, and then at night when we got back to Tara's. And so it took the second glove I knit on Tuesday morning and Tuesday night, and then I finished them Wednesday morning.
Yes.
Before we got there.
Yeah.
So it did.
They're fast.
It doesn't take long.
I've knitted the palmistry also, and they go so fast. And now that I think about it, I have a lot of leftover self-striping yarn.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to start knitting the palmistry mitts with it just because it goes so fast. It's a pleasant knit.
And for those of you wondering, I don't have a picture of them. So Lucas is not going to be able to put them up. I forgot to take a picture before we gifted them.
Well, I can see if I can get my mom to take a picture and but I don't know. I'll have to see.
And then speaking of the Woolens and Nosh Advent socks, I finished mine.
So pretty.
And so I did all 24 stripes. And then I did the heel toe cuff in the mini that came with it. And so I did an afterthought heel, a cut in afterthought heel, and I put it right in between 2 stripes.
That's my favorite.
And then I did a full length cuff. Now I used just about every bit of that mini skein that came with this. In fact, I thought that I had split the yarn evenly for the cuff, and I was slightly off, and luckily the first one that I finished, I had some of it left over, and I tied that to the little bit to finish out the last couple of rounds on the cuff. Anna is having a problem with her skeins rolling all over the place.
I cannot seem to get in control of this.
Poor Anna. Poor Anna.
And then while we were gone...
Do we still need to block this?
It does still need to be blocked, but I bound this off last night. I don't know if this is the right side or the wrong side because you can't tell. It's garter stitch.
It's so pretty.
But this is the Ilex Shawl from Stephen West. It's the yarn along from July.
I think so.
Yeah, this was the last one, so it was from July, and so I finally finished it. I bound this off, so I have
this. I want to wear this.
You can wear it.
The this bottom part is my favorite.
So for the first 2 days of the year of 2022, I have 2 finished objects. Because
she's a brat.
The socks I finished on the 1st, and the shawl I finished on the 2nd.
Well, I have one. We're gonna. I think that you want to tell everybody what your statistics were.
Yes,
because that's amazing.
So in 2021, I finished 34 projects. 34. Yes, 34. And of
You
the
believe that?
34, I did 10 sweaters, shirts, or tank tops. So shirts, I'm considering like t-shirt length sleeves.
Like that one you gave Anna last podcast.
Yes.
Now, where is
That's
that?
a tank
Where
top.
is it now?
Yeah, didn't you
I
take
don't know,
it
what
home?
did you do?
I gave it back for some
Well, then
reason.
it's probably in the office.
Oh.
That's amazing, Jessa.
So 10 sweaters, t-shirts, or tanks. Of those, I did my first steeked sweater, so Lucas's sweater, which turned out very well.
I did.
I did 10 hats, gloves, or cowls. I just grouped those together because they're small. 8 pairs of socks, 1 dog sweater, and 1 stuffed doll.
Wait,
so
what was the stuffed doll?
that little mountain?
That little mountain.
That gray one with the little mushroom
yeah.
on his head? That was a test knit.
I haven't been keeping track, but I finished things too.
I'm not saying that you didn't finish
I know that
it.
I feel like an underachiever sitting next to you.
I definitely
And
feel like
I need to be better about
Well, yeah, but
recording what I finished.
Did you see Maddie?
Yes.
Maddie commented on my post and was like, well, I finished like 95 things. And I'm like, 95?
Yeah, and 56 of them were socks.
So
That's crazy.
That's a lot.
That's amazing.
I have set a goal for myself this year, which is to knit at least 1 pair of socks a month.
Wow.
So that way, by the end of the year, I have 12 pairs of socks. So this is my January cast on for socks.
Wow.
And they're not necessarily going to all be for me, because I do gift socks as well for like Lucas and his parents.
And
Okay,
me,
well, where's mine?
you gifted me
you
socks.
don't wear socks.
Oh.
I
Fair
think
enough.
my goal. I think
You
my
also
goal.
don't wear socks.
I don't, but I do wear those ones you gave me. I
Yeah.
think my goal this year is to be better about putting my projects on Ravelry.
That's a good goal for you.
That is a very good goal for me, because then I can kind of track. Maddie always does it, and
And
I
that's what I've
rarely
started
do.
doing.
And I think that helps a lot.
And that's how I've started keeping up with how much I did.
Yeah.
Because I'm fairly certain that I put everything on Ravelry this last year.
Yes.
Did you?
Yes.
I'm not like on there a lot.
I mean, I'm not
Me
on there
either.
doing like a bunch of participation or anything.
I don't know that I'm
but-
even friends with you on Ravelry.
What?
See, again, I really don't use the whole Ravelry
I
other
don't-
functions.
I know. I don't really either. But I do think keeping track, being better at keeping track is going
It's
to be
a
a big
great
deal.
database resource, and that's
It
what I
is.
like about it. I was gonna say something else, but I can't remember now.
It's because now you're really wondering if we're friends on Ravelry, isn't it?
No.
Are you looking up?
Yeah.
Wow. So, do you have acquisitions?
I acquired some things while we were on vacation.
We
but
did. Jessica's going to start sewing.
I am. So, this month,
Her
At the-
amazing mother,
so my birthday's in next week.
January 13th. Y'all make sure and tell her happy birthday.
So my birthday is next week, and for my birthday, my mom bought me a beginner quilting class at the local quilt shop in Hot Springs. And so I'm going to go and take this very basic beginner quilt class. It is every Friday for, I think,
8
4 hours for 8 weeks with homework. So we're gonna, by the end of the 8 weeks, we will have an entire quilt top. That's what it's
Yeah.
called, right? A quilt top.
Uh-huh.
And then I think the second class is the quilt backing.
Yes.
So
Who are you on Ravelry?
Jessa H92. But so I'm gonna do that, and then we found the cutest patterns for some bags, and so with me learning how to sew better with the quilting, because it's been a very long time since I've done a ton of sewing, and I've never really done a ton of sewing, but my mom used to sell sewing machines, and so when you sold sewing machines, I did classes, like basic kids
Yes.
sewing classes.
Yes.
So I have a very basic understanding of sewing, but I want to learn more.
Yeah.
And we really like the idea of making bags for kits. And so
Yes.
I think we're going to start making some
Y'all-
bags for kids.
Y'all, we found the absolute cutest fabrics when we were in Oklahoma. We went to
several quilt shops.
We did, and my great aunt used to she used to own Prairie Quilts, which is the biggest quilt store in Oklahoma. And so we went there and we found gorgeous things. And then Jessica found a sewing machine she wanted. And then we went to Oklahoma City and what was the name of that Oklahoma City? Okay.
I think it's
Quilt Works.
Oklahoma Quilt Works.
Oklahoma Quilt Works. We went there and we found the most precious little one skein sock or
It's a
fingerless
small
glove
project
bag.
bag.
It is a very small. It's almost a ball bag.
It's like a sock bag.
It is precious, and we bought coordinating fabrics for it. So for 3 months, I'll be dyeing yarn. Oh no, Anna. You should put that up. It's not. It doesn't want to be worked on today.
It's not agreeing with you today.
It really
But we found fabric, and so we're gonna make 3 different seasonal kits, and I'm gonna dye yarn, and we're gonna put little bags. It'll be very limited. Like I think we only have enough for 10 or 12 bags at a.
12.
Yeah,
We only have enough for 12 kits.
Yes, so that's gonna be fun, and you know what y'all, have you seen that we're doing mystery boxes?
Yeah, so we started that this month. We're
That's
doing
exciting.
Like people have been asking and asking and asking and asking and asking, and Jessica said on the way home, okay, we're gonna list the mystery box tomorrow. And I'm like, we are? And
so
she's
we
like,
should.
yeah. So we made, it's called the Sock Society and the Sock Yarn Society, So it's sock yarn. It's always going to be sock yarn for that particular one, fingering weight. And the theme for 2020 is our favorite things. And so every month you're going to get a 100-gram skein of yarn and some of our favorite things. And some of our favorite things are going to be self-care items, knitting items, just things that we love that we kind of want to share with y'all. So, and we're over halfway. I think we only have like 18 left.
Well, and that could very well change by
That's exactly
the time
right.
the podcast comes out.
So there will be limited number of them.
We're doing a limited number because
Yes.
we're trying with what we have. We're seeing how far we can push it.
Yes.
And
That means how much I can dye.
And by the time this comes out, we'll only have a couple days left. So you will have until the 10th of every month to purchase that month's box, and then it will go out no later than the last Monday of that month.
Yes, which gives me a very small window to get it all dyed and twisted and packaged. So
Oh, are you gonna do all the twisting and
no,
packaging?
I'm not doing any of the twisting
So that
and
gives you a
packaging.
very small amount of time to do all the dyeing, and
The
a very
girls-
small amount of time for us to do all the
I'm
twisting
like,
and packaging.
that's a lot of work for me. And Jessica's like, well, you're not the only one that works here. So, yeah. So maybe as we get into the swing of things, we can add more spaces. But right now we started with 50. And then, on the...
And you get a choice of sparkle or non-sparkle. We are doing both.
Yeah, because I specialize in sparkle, so why shouldn't I? When y'all see this on Saturday morning, we are having at 11 o'clock from 11 to 1, we're having Kathleen Fuller, who wrote the Hooked on You series from the Maple Falls series, and she wrote a second book, and there's actually a third book, and I gave her an idea for a fourth book. So she's coming to do a book signing with us, and we're super excited to have her. I dyed new yarn for it. The girls have to make some matching resin. But on Saturday we're having a book signing, and I'm super excited about it. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And it's about the coffee shop.
So if you've been watching, we did release the pre-order for it back in November. And so we are at the point now where it comes out on the 4th.
Yes.
So by the time you see this, the book will already have been released. We do already have the books in-house, and Kathleen has come and pre-signed them.
Yes, for everybody who pre-ordered, she signed your book.
Yes.
So we'll be getting that sent out because I dyed it all.
I mean, it'll already be sent out before by the time the podcast comes out.
It should
so
be in your, yes.
You should almost have it if you've ordered it.
Yes. That is so
is
exciting. That is
Yes.
so exciting. We're really excited about it. We have a lot of really cool, fun things happening at the store this year.
It's gonna be fun. We are trying to expand what we can do and what we do. We're coming up with new ideas for things.
Yeah.
We're gonna put together a class list.
Yes.
For anyone who's local or wants to come and take a class with us.
Well, and we're also going to be better about doing the newsletter every month, which we have not. Sometimes it's like 4 months goes by before we have a newsletter out, and we just need to be a little bit more on the ball with that. So
we're working on being a little more organized, and
efficient.
consistent.
Yeah.
efficient
And consistent.
Yes. So we're really excited. Does anyone have any acquisitions?
So we acquired fabric.
Yep.
I ended up while we were in Oklahoma, we went to Eskimo Joe's, and I got some new Eskimo Joe's shirts, like my sweatshirt that I'm wearing today.
But because that's our alma mater, so I mean, we went to school there, my husband and I.
At OSU, Stillwater.
Yeah, Oklahoma State. So she's been an Eskimo Joe's baby since she was born, and so she had to get some. She got like 4 things when we went to the little store.
I've not received any in a while, so it was nice to go and get some of it.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Just that we did it. I got some things in the mail. Yarnatoli came out with this super adorable mailman's hat, and I ordered it immediately because I literally had to have it because it's so cool. And can you?
Yeah.
So it's so cool. And our mailman is always so nice to us. And even when we have all of the advent calendars for him, he never says, "Oh, are you kidding me?" He never says it. He's always so nice. And it's really cold right now. And so I really wanted to get this so that I could knit it for him. So I purchased it from Yarnatoli, and there was this little bitty white envelope with a red heart on it, stitch marker.
We'll take a
It's
picture
so
of
cute.
that.
Yeah.
Because it's so tiny, it's not going to show
And then
up
the
well.
yarn for it. And then I asked my mail carrier if he had a patch, and he brought me a shirt.
One of his old shirts.
One of his
that he
old
doesn't use
shirts that
anymore.
this was attached to, and I pulled it off, and I'm going to clean it up, and it's gonna go on his hat. And hopefully he'll let me take a picture so that I can share it with y'all. So I'm super excited about this, and so
Hopefully you'll have that finished by the next podcast.
yeah, that's kind of what my goal is. I'm changing my dyeing style a little bit, and it's giving me a lot more free time. And so that I hope is going to help out a lot. And then, so my friend Juju Knits, she is in Fort Worth. It is a charming yarn store, and she's my very, very good friend.
In Texas.
In Texas, in Fort Worth. I mean, it didn't.
Not everybody knows where Fort Worth
Everybody
is.
knows that Fort Worth is in Texas. Who doesn't know that? If you don't know that, don't put it down in the down bar.
It's okay. We won't judge.
I mean,
Yeah.
the Canadians might not know where
I'm a
Fort Worth
Texan,
is.
so I mean, I'm a Texan, so probably it just goes without saying that I just know everybody knows that, but you're right, they might not. So Juju Knits, she had these little cute little Taylor Elliott or Taylor Elliott.
Taylor Elliott designs.
Look at this bag, y'all.
It's so cute.
I had to have it. I had to. I mean, it was so precious. So I sent her a message, and this is the best part. It's hot pink satin. So I'm like, Juju, I have to have one of those. And she says, okay, I'll send you an invoice. And so she did.
I think that's more like parachute fabric.
It is parachute fabric. But, I mean, come on. How cute is that?
Very.
I had to have it. Also, you know what I have coming? I don't have it, so it'll be here for next time. But my friend from, hold on, I'm going to tell you, Maggie. I ordered a bag to match Maggie because I saw her bag, and it was so, so, so adorable that I had to get it. I think it's Sweet Sparrow. Where'd it go? There it is. Southern Sparrow Handmade. My friend Tiffany owns that company, and she has...
We'll take a picture.
I'll take a picture, but I have it coming on the way because I saw that, and it is so me, and so I had to have it so I can match Miss Maggie.
Or we could just show them on the next.
And we will. But I'm so excited about that. I'll tell you about it now. And then she sent me a really pretty little postcard. And hopefully we'll get to connect in person in 2022 because Juju has been begging me since she opened her store to come and do a trunk show there. So I want to make that happen this year. Last year just wasn't feasible. And so it's my goal this year to get to Juju. My brother lives in Fort Worth and my sister-in-law lives in Euless. So it's not as though I don't have a place to stay.
Yeah.
I need to go and share the Arkansas Yarn Co. love with Fort Worth and have some good food and good fellowship, and that would be so much fun. Hey, fun. I did want to talk about the peanut butter situation. So, Anna, how many people, do you know what the statistics are? Because we had a lot of comments.
There were, it seemed like it was fairly divided between Jiffy and...
Although we did have a fair number of people who said that they prefer other nut butters.
Yes.
To peanut butter.
There was some very wise individuals that like the Nutella.
There were Biscoff nut people too. Biscoff cookie butter. I mean, cookie butter, how can you go wrong with cookie butter?
Cookie butter is pretty good too.
But I think there were quite a number of people who commented on that, and it seems that choosy people choose Jif.
It seemed like it. Now it's like, oh, Jessa's counting them up.
And then I need this information so that I can share it with Chuck, because Chuck really was worried. He really wanted to know what everybody's preferences were.
I think there's 9 Jifs.
Yeah, I'm a Jif person.
It does look like the majority of them were Jif.
Yay!
We did get one thrown in that I didn't recognize, which is Teddy. All natural smooth peanut butter.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that either.
And then I see a Peter Pan.
Yep.
One person said Smuckers. The no sugar added.
I think that's what you
Smuckers.
said.
Yeah, I think so.
Smuckers peanut butter.
I see a cookie butter, and then one person said the only butter that they like is butter. So there we go. We did get a couple of almond butters in here.
Yes.
As well.
Cookie butter all the way.
So, did you decide what you want to give away?
We did. Would you like to show?
No, I'm on a roll now.
No, Vanna.
Oh.
It's your job, Vanna.
Okay, so
Vanna.
it's all gonna fall apart, but I will do this because I love you guys so much.
Because Lori's making me.
Well, there's that too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we thought we'd give out a new color of the mug, which I love these mugs.
I
They're
do
just
too.
such a nice shape, and
They're really
They
pretty.
feel good in your hand.
yeah,
And it's a nice thick porcelain, so it keeps the drinks warm for a while.
Yeah.
and you
Yes.
don't scorch your hands and stuff. And then let's detox. So
Yeah.
new year,
New Year detox from last year.
but that's a rubus.
I love how the tea and the mug match each other. I just think that's so pretty that they were thoughtful enough to do that.
I think that is
Yeah.
fun.
It's unusual.
Licorice root pieces are in it. It's
Yeah.
not the first thing on the list.
It looks like there's some raspberry
Yeah,
also.
raspberry, nettle, a word that I always want to mispronounce.
Anise.
Yep.
Yeah, clove, calendula,
Calendula,
and
safflowers.
safflowers.
I feel so juvenile.
So I will tell you this. I have had this tea and it is delicious.
I want to rip it open and smell it.
It smells heavenly.
So again, we did pre-draw when we were going through and looking at all of the comments earlier today. And so our winner for this time is Angie Sneed.
Yay, Angie!
So please get in contact with us. Email us at ArkansasYarnCo@gmail.com to let us know your address
Yes.
and claim your prize.
Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
We will get this sent out to you as quick as we can.
Yes. And I do have one more acquisition that I want to share that I forgot about.
Yes.
We were talking about all the other things. And this
Awesome.
goes along very well with me not remembering. I purchased for myself this year a ADHD, a planner for ADHD people. And so it's called Plans and Stuff from Imperfect Inspiration. It's their life planner system. It's a 3-month planning bundle. And it's not dated. So it's a planner that does monthly, weekly, and daily that you fill out at your own time. So it's not like I need to stick to this sort of thing.
So it's flexible.
It's flexible, which is really nice.
Yes.
And it came with this little clear pouch with the little colorful
fun.
stickies, which is fun. And then it comes with directions on how to use it, which is a lot of fun. And then they have a habit tracker in here, which
Interesting.
is really fun. So you get to fill it out with what you want it to be, and then as you do it each day, you fill it in with the little box with a color of your choice, and then you have like a sleep tracker down here, which is really fun. So you can track how much you slept or how well you slept during the month. And then it's got some on the back of that. It's got the monthly calendar that you fill out. And then it's got the weekly in here that you fill out as you want. And so there's not like a ton of structure to it. You kind of use it the way that you need.
So that page looks very overwhelming to me.
Well, it's because she did a lot of
Like all the
Okay.
things.
all the things on it.
I mean, like, that looks like, I don't even know where to begin. Oh, that's so much better.
So this is the blank page.
Okay.
This is the weekly page.
Okay.
But that was like the directions page, how to use it.
Yeah, that
Um,
seems very, like, busy.
And then the daily page, you're going to have the same reaction to
Yeah,
this.
that makes my eyes hurt.
So this is the daily directions page. And then I actually filled out that you fill it out daily. So like at the beginning of your day, you get up, you have your coffee. While you're having your coffee, you fill out your day's page.
I like how at the beginning you said, I am tired.
I was very tired this morning. So I wrote, I am tired. And then on here, I've got my podcast list, so that way I would remember all the things that I was supposed to talk about.
That's
Fancy.
good.
And then we've got, so I put up here the priorities that I needed for work today.
Good job.
Of things that were, so priority
Yes.
is broken up into 3 sections. You've got your priorities with consequences,
And you did them.
your soon-ish, and your
Yeah.
later-ish sections. And
That's
so you go
great.
through and fill it out, what needs to be done immediately, like what will, like, needs to be done now. And then you can do, it can be done today, it should be done today, but it doesn't have to be done today. And then
That's
you've got
good.
coming up sort of thing.
Good.
So that's a lot of fun. And so I've got this, and then at the back it's got these little doodle dot pages, bullet journal type doodle dot pages.
Dot to dot.
So I am really excited about this. I also got a meeting notepad from this same,
And I like the,
the ribbon is fun, the little bookmark.
yeah.
It's fun.
Well, and I like how sparkly all of it is.
Yeah, and
Super
it's got
sparkly.
it's got the clear sparkle cover on the front and the back, and then it's refillable too. So when you run out of things, you can go and buy the refill packs, and they are this. It's like I think she said it was a mushroom punch, but basically they're solid rings, and it just kind of clips on there.
Oh, that's nice.
Which is nice. So it's refillable.
I like that.
And the refill packs are like $5.
That's
so
nice.
it's not bad. It's not terribly expensive, and it's
well, and you can
designed...
still use the outside, and you're
Yes.
just swapping out inside.
Exactly. And with it being non-dated,
Yes.
you just buy the refill packs and you're good
That's
to go.
nice, Jess.
But it's made by somebody who has ADHD to help them have more organization in their life.
Yeah.
And so I think that this is going to help me a lot, because every year I try to do a planner system to try and keep up with it. But I think the fact that you do this every day and every week, you fill it out as you get to it, it kind of makes you engage a little bit more, and it's not like a set it and forget it sort of thing.
So I also am not I also have every intention of being organized in the new year. And I also buy a planner, and
it falls to the wayside.
it does. I bought the knitter's planner for both of us. I literally can tell you mine is like 3 months full, and then that's it.
Well, and
And I bought 2, one for her and me. So, yeah.
and that
And that was a big investment.
that's the thing about planners is it unless you're like really into it, it almost becomes a set it and forget it sort of thing. And if you don't carry it around with you every day, then you
they're
don't look
big
at
and
it.
they're heavy. And who has a purse that size? And
It fits very nicely in my backpacker.
yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It fits in the
It's-
back pocket, the padded pocket, quite nicely.
Yes. Yes.
So that's my goal, is to be a little bit more organized for myself and for the shop.
Well, and also she keeps me organized because she literally has integrated our calendars in Google Calendar. And so now all 3 of us are on the same calendar.
So all 3 of us have slots on the calendar, but only 2 of us have access to it because somebody is still working on a dinosaur.
Yeah.
But the point is, she's trying to get us more organized, and I have some leadership roles in our community, and I have a lot going on, and so it's I have a lot going on. So I need Jessica to say, you have a meeting in 10 minutes. You need to get going. So I'm glad that you got that, and I'm glad that your first day doesn't say.
I killed someone. I don't know where that came
Take
from.
care of my mom.
Well, so it's really interesting because it wants you to give like the way that she has designed it is to give yourself some affirmations. And then, did you run out of coffee?
It was hot chocolate, but
Oh.
yes. Where'd that go?
She has it to where you it's because it says I am blank.
Yeah, I
and
saw
so
that.
it's an affirmation kind of thing. And then it
Is
also
tired
has
an affirmation?
no, but I was tired this morning.
There was no other answer for it.
Right.
And so then it also has a little section for like manifest.
Yeah.
So if you have something, and then there's like a little section down at the bottom for what they call a brain dump. So if you just need to write things down that are in your head that are taking up precious space, more or less,
Yeah.
then you have that section to go ahead and write it down.
Well, good.
And so I do really like it. It's something that I feel like will be helpful.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited.
You don't know if you don't try it.
Exactly.
That's my secret to success. And you don't know if you don't try it. If you don't try it, you'll never know.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's great.
How will they know?
How will you know? How will they know?
Okay,
Anna has a
so
little something.
I got an acquisition, a gift acquisition.
A gift acquisition.
So you guys were gone. You guys had deserted me. And so I was here at the shop and with Luann. We had a fun week. But anyway, so I was getting ready to go get coffee down the way, not next door, down the way. And the postman came in, and so I went to grab it. And there was a package that as soon as I read it, I started laughing so hard. And I was so excited. It could have been like a dryer
It
sheet.
could have been
up in
toilet
here.
paper.
Yeah. And I was just like, I was stoked. But it said, is that viewable? There's
She didn't
a,
want that address on the top.
yeah.
Okay, here, let me. It says only Anna Constanzer.
Show the back.
And it says, from a thankful customer.
I didn't even see the back. I
Miss
was so
Maggie?
excited about the front.
Miss Maggie sent me a message on Instagram. She's like, I have something I want to send to Anna, but I don't know her last name. And so she said, anyway, she was so tickled. She was so tickled because we give Anna such a hard time for opening the packages, which, by the way, all the packages were open. They were all on my desk.
Now,
was-
to be fair, you did tell Luann that she could open all
I
of the
did.
packages.
So they opened all of them. There's no secrets in this place. That's
Luann
for sure.
was like, okay. She said, if you don't open them, I can. So they all got open.
They did.
But so inside though was even better than a dryer sheet. So much better.
So this is my friend Corey. She also is the designer of the Christina hat. And she wrote this book, this knitting book of letters.
Yes.
And I love it. Don't you
I
love
do.
it?
I'm excited. I
So-
wanted to like cast on immediately.
It
I
is, this is the first time I'm flipping through it, but it looks really nice that there's graphed charts in here of graphed letters. So that's really nice.
I love it. I think it's a great book.
Jessa was asking me what it was about, and I was like, it's about fish.
It's not about fish.
It was not about fish, but there was
It's about coffee mugs.
when I was out of town, there was a present for me, and Lori's like describing a fish thing with all sorts of, and that's not what it was.
That is
That's not
cute.
what I got.
That's going to be fun.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I
think it's so appropriate too because the new year, lots of people give a word for the year.
yeah.
And I love that it's words.
Like I wanted to do the cowl immediately.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to do a word for the year?
No.
I am.
What's your word for the year?
Do you do that?
I feel like it's too much like a New Year's resolution.
Well, the word for the year for me is growth because I want to grow our company more. So that's where I'm at.
And we're getting that started
We are.
with the mystery box,
Yes.
the monthly mystery box. So
Yes.
that's a lot of fun.
Y'all, I cannot even wait for this because we get to share all of our favorite things. All of our favorite things.
These are a few of my favorites.
That was going through my head when we were coming up with the graphic for it. Jessica did such a great job on our graphics. So Jessica's taking over a lot of that graphic work from me so that I can focus purely on dyeing yarn, and I'm so appreciative of that.
I also really want to do a skirt, but I think that would this girl would take
Accentuate.
a lot of yarn.
Accentuate.
For that.
I think it would be fun, but
But
I think a cowl,
Yeah,
that would be a lot of fun.
I do think I don't know. I still might do a skirt, but
A long one, or are you gonna do a mini skirt?
an in-between skirt.
That's what I was
Mini.
thinking. I like that sweater.
I do too. That's kind of the style I already wear.
That's really cute.
That I knit, kind of.
Oh, and I also decided, so instead of doing New Year's resolution, I'm
Yes.
thinking about things that I want to learn.
Yes.
And so in addition to the quilting, when it comes to my knitting, I want to learn how to do intarsia.
Yes.
And so there's a sweater that I have picked out for that. And I want to learn how to, another thing that I want to learn with knitting is entrelock.
I know, I was gonna say the same thing.
And there's a sweater that has a entrelock yoke. And so I think I want to knit that to learn entrelock.
Do y'all have New Year's resolutions, or do you have something new that you want to do in the new year? I also want to do entrelock. My friend taught me before I moved here, and then life just happened, and we were building a house, and then I started this company, and then next thing you know, it's 6 years later, and I can't even remember what she taught me. She taught me while the packers were in the house packing up our house to move here. So, and I just don't remember all the things that the nuances of it. So that is definitely, and I think we're focusing more on education this year.
Probably.
For ourselves and for y'all. So,
so with the expansion of our business, we're
Yeah.
going to do more classes.
yes.
And so that's
Yeah.
something that we've kind of been lacking on, because we were going to do that in 2020, and then the world shut
it
down,
did.
and so we couldn't gather people together. And then we've done a little bit of classes, mostly sock techniques.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're looking to now expand our class
We are.
offering.
We definitely are.
for just socks.
Because we want y'all learning fun stuff too.
Well, and it gives us an excuse to learn something new too.
It does. It does. And we get to have more people in the store when that happens.
Yes.
Which always makes my heart happy. So I wanted to tell y'all that my friend Lindsay, she's always yarn first. She just started a podcast. So you've seen her if you watch Maddie and Kristen's YouTube channel, We Share Needles. You'll have seen Lindsay
They
on.
did a joint episode.
They did a joint, and Lindsay just did her second podcast. I'm so proud of her, and it is always yarn first on YouTube as well. So if y'all have a moment, go over and check her out. She is precious. She's one of our sweet friends. She's in our yarn store
And very talented.
and she's so talented. She's an excellent sweater knitter. She knits a lot of sweaters, and we adore her. So I kind of just wanted to give her a shout out and have y'all go and check her out.
Her daughter is also a really fantastic crocheter.
Oh, she just crocheted her first pair of socks.
Well, and she does a lot of crochet just off the top of her head, which
Oh, she
I
just
could never
totally
do with
wings
knitting.
it. She just did a sweater. It's amazing. So stop that, Anna.
So I'm legit
That's
looking
gonna
for
be a
something
no.
else.
So out of the corner of my eye, she's seeing Dr. Pimple Popper, and that makes me sick to my stomach.
So I was going on to Instagram to look at the Always Yarn
That's
first.
not what it was.
And so
That's what popped up
it was
first.
the first
Ugh,
thing
It's the
in
first
my.
thing on our feed.
I don't know, y'all. Do y'all watch that? Because that makes me sick to my
I
stomach.
do. The one that I don't like to watch though is when they're doing that to animals. I'm like, oh, I
No.
can't do that.
So my friends made me watch that show on TV on I don't know, maybe it was on Netflix. I don't know what it was on, but they made me watch that at the beach, and then it kept popping up on my phone. So I sent them the nasty things and said, "This is coming up because of y'all."
It's not our fault.
It is.
It's not our
Ugh,
fault that
it's
your
the
phone is
people at the
listening.
beach.
so gross. It was so gross. But anyway,
Well, I think that's all that we have.
I think so.
I think so.
Let's see. You showed the shawl that you forgot to show last time.
We showed your only open if you're Anna.
Yes.
Miss Maggie, you're so sweet.
Yes.
Made my week.
Yes. Oh, we forgot to tell the people one thing that happened.
I don't know if I'm ready for this. Okay.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
So
Are you
this is-
sad?
So if
This
you
is
haven't
sad.
heard, Betty White has died.
Okay.
Also-
So Pop-Tart died, which I had been like, where is Pop-Tart? Where's my little dude?
I know.
And so then finally I texted my neighbor because he likes to hang out in her yard too.
Yes.
And apparently he showed up in another neighbor's that he also liked. He was passed away.
His feathers were everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Sounds to me like a dog got him.
Yeah.
I think so.
But he was so sweet, and I always liked to hang out with him and talk, and like if I'd find grubs, I'd throw them for him, and he'd do this like freaking happy dance.
He did the chicken dance.
Yeah, and then he'd like do little circles and then grab the little grub and be happy, and so then Jessa did not show enough like sympathy. She immediately went into Betty White died. And I'm like, you've met and loved Pop-Tart.
Yeah, but you started with guess who died? And I was like, Betty White. And you were like, no, Pop-Tart.
Well,
But that actually happened.
so,
I'm sorry we're not on your sympathy train, but that actually happened.
so then my brother suggested that I get another rooster and name it Betty White so that
So
she
that I
wants
would care when
to.
it
So
dies.
Jessica would care. I think we should get another rooster.
I was tempted, but no.
I don't think Jesse would be happy with you actually purchasing a rooster.
So
I
if
could
y'all
just,
have
like-
one and you live close by, we know where you can give it away.
Just like roll down the road and.
Yeah. Well,
He was a
you
good
can,
boy.
Yeah, he was sweet. I never got to meet him.
But he was a lovey-dovey.
Yeah,
Well,
In the sense that he was
as
trying
much
to.
as he could.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah.
in the
He
sense
did
that
little chicken dances.
didn't try to like peck your eyes out or
Yeah.
anything.
So that's our sad news. We're
It
ending
is.
on a sad note. Poor Pop-Tart.
It'll be
Yeah.
okay.
Well, now I feel bad about ending on a sad note.
Well, I was thinking that we should get a new rooster and call it Chicken Nugget.
I think you're just asking for it to be dead.
No, I
Well,
mean
she's
like
that
Nugget.
with her animals because when we got a calf, she wanted to name it Stew.
Yeah, Stewie. He also his name was. He had a 7 on his head, a natural 7. He was, I don't know. He was a red one with white on it.
She doesn't
And-
know what breed it was.
No, I don't. But I fed it with a bottle, and Scott's like, "You're getting really attached to this thing," because it was so. He was so cute. Anyway, his name was Seagrams because he had a little 7 on his
Aw.
face, and my friend gave it to me because my birthday is October 7th, and he had a 7 on his head. It was so cute. I think he was a Red Angus or a Hereford.
Is that how you pronounce those? Hereford?
Mm-hmm. Hereford.
That sounds weird, right?
Hereford cows.
No, it doesn't sound weird. Anyway.
Well, okay, that's a fun enough note to.
Yeah. Anyway, we have enjoyed having you visit and knit with us, hang out with us, stitch with us, all the things with us. If you have enjoyed us, give us a like and subscribe.
Yes, give us a thumbs up.
Don't ever give thumbs down. I say that all the time, but don't do that.
Oh, YouTube has a thing now where like I can't see if someone has thumbs down.
I love that. That makes me feel sad when people do that.
If you have any commentary on what we've talked about, please tell us in the comments.
We love it so much when you comment to us
because we like engaging and having conversation with y'all in the comments.
Also, it really makes our day.
It does.
It brightens our day up.
Yes.
You're the best.
And who doesn't need a brighter day?
Hey, and I think we're over 350 subscribers now.
Yes, 352 last I counted like 5 minutes ago.
Thank y'all so much. When we get 500, we are going to have a great big prize. I think Jessica says that I'm giving y'all a sweater's quantity of yarn.
Ooh.
So tell your friends.
Yes.
Who doesn't want to be entered for a sweater's quantity of my yarn? Mm-hmm. That would be awesome.
So if you watched and enjoyed what you saw, please give us a thumbs up.
Please.
If you've not already subscribed, please subscribe to us.
Yes.
For all notifications on when we post a new video.
Yes.
And we don't just post podcasts. We are also doing the weekly wool on Wednesdays.
Yes.
And hopefully soon I might start doing some tutorial videos.
Yes. Also, I think that I wanted us to do makeup on Monday.
Oh yeah.
So we can highlight our favorite Jane Iredale products. Oh, Anna, it's quite lovely. You look like you're having breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yeah.
Yes.
So thank you for joining us today. And knitting or crafting with us.
Stitching with us.
We look forward to seeing you again in a couple
We
of
sure
weeks.
do. We love y'all. Bye, y'all.
Bye.